The shocking Top 10 Most Reliable Trucks with Forever-Lasting Engines. Behind every legendary truck lies a powerhouse engine that refuses to quit. And today, we're diving into the reliable trucks that have truly stood the test of time. These machines weren't just built, they were engineered for greatness, fueled by engines so tough they've become icons in their own right. From rugged off-road beasts to unstoppable workhorses, these are the longest-lasting trucks that didn't just move people, they moved industries, earning the trust and loyalty of millions. Whether conquering harsh terrains or eating up highway miles, these trucks redefine what it means to be dependable. Welcome to the shocking About 10 Most Reliable Trucks with Forever-Lasting Engines, a countdown of the toughest, most bulletproof engines in automotive history. You're about to discover the best trucks 2025 that prove age is just a number when you've got the right heart under the hood. So, before we get rolling, don't forget to like Muscle Car Masters channel, comment on your favorite forever running engine, and share this video to keep the spirit of these legends alive. Let's get into it. Dodge D-Series and Ram trucks. Chrysler, Slant 6, 225. Let's talk about a true legend, the Chrysler Slant 6 225. If you've never heard of it, buckle up. Produced from 1960 to 1987, this inline six wasn't just reliable, it was damn near unkillable. Nicknamed the Leaning Tower of Power for its 30-degree tilt, this wasn't just a styling quirk. That tilt allowed better oil drainage and improved lubrication, which meant less wear, cooler operation, and longer life. We're talking a forged steel crankshaft, 7 main bearings, and a cooling system so overbuilt it could probably chill a small city. Here's the real kicker. These engines regularly hit 400,000 miles, with nothing more than oil changes and basic upkeep. Mechanics loved them easy to wrench on, hard to kill, and they weren't sluggish either. In the early 70s, high-performance versions pushed out up to 145 horsepower and 215 pound-feet of torque, which was plenty for trucks back then. But here's the untold truth. Chrysler originally designed the Slant 6 for aluminum blocks, lighter and more efficient. While most ended up cast iron due to cost, a rare aluminum block version exists, and it's the unicorn of Mopar engines. Find one of these today? Odds are, it's still running, still reliable, and still making people say, they don't build them like that anymore. Ford F-Series 4.9-liter inline six, the 300-6. Now, this is Ford's unsung hero. The 4.9-liter inline six, also known as the legendary 300-6, powered the F-Series from 1965 all the way to 1996, over 3 decades of sheer dependability. It wasn't flashy, but man, it was bulletproof. Built with a 7 main bearing crankshaft, a deep skirt block, and a gear-driven camshaft, this engine wasn't just designed, it was overbuilt. It had oversized cooling passages, a high-capacity oiling system, and no timing belts to worry about. Just clean, mechanical simplicity that ran like a tank. And the numbers? This thing regularly hit 400,000 to 500,000 miles without needing a rebuild. Some even pushed past 600,000 with just basic maintenance. That's not just reliability, that's legendary. What made it a beast wasn't high horsepower, it was torque. The 300-6 delivered 265 pound-feet at low RPM, making it ideal for towing, hauling, or plowing snow all day long. You could load it down, beat it up, and it'd still fire up like nothing happened. Here's the wild part. This engine was so tough, Ford even used it in industrial equipment and generators. That's how much faith they had in it. If reliability had an engine bay, it'd have a 300 inline 6 under the hood. Chevrolet Silverado, 5.3-liter, Vortec V8. Meet the LM7 5.3-liter Vortec V8, the unsung hero under the hood of the 1999 to 2006 Chevy Silverado. This engine wasn't just built to run, it was built to keep running, no matter what you threw at it. Think of it as a blue-collar V8 with the endurance of a triathlete and the attitude of a bulldog. With 285 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque, the LM7 wasn't trying to win drag races. It was built to tow, haul, cruise, and never quit. Its cast-iron block gave it serious backbone, while aluminum heads helped manage heat like a pro. Add to that a sequential fuel injection system so dialed in, it squeezed out both performance and surprising fuel efficiency. The real flex? These engines routinely pass 350,000 miles, some even push past 500,000 with just regular maintenance. No drama, no breakdowns, just reliable V8 power. The LM7 was part of GM's Gen 3 small block family, a foundation so solid it paved the way for today's LS engines. So yeah, the LM7 didn't just last, it helped build the legacy of modern Chevy performance. If engines had best friends, this would be yours. Loyal, tough, and always ready for the next ride. Chevrolet CK Series 5.7-liter small block V8. When it comes to legendary truck engines, the L31 5.7-liter small block V8 in the Chevy CK Series is straight-up iconic. Produced from 1973 to 2000, this engine was the last and most refined version of the original small block Chevy, and it went out with a bang. This thing was a beast. 255 horsepower, 330 pound-feet of torque, and the kind of old-school grunt that made it perfect for towing, hauling, or just rolling down the highway like you owned it. But what really made it legendary? Durability. With 4-bolt main bearing caps, a hydraulic roller camshaft, and forged connecting rods, the L31 wasn't just strong, it was built to take a beating and keep going. Add in a high-volume oil pump and an optimized cooling system, and you've got an engine that could handle heat, heavy loads, and hard miles without breaking a sweat. These motors regularly clocked over 300,000 miles, and many are still on the road today. The L31 was also the first small block to use Vortec cylinder heads, delivering better airflow and efficiency without needing a complete engine redesign, a perfect blend of old-school toughness and modern tech. Toyota Pickup 2.4-liter inline 4. If there's one engine that deserves a spot in the Reliability Hall of Fame, it's the Toyota 22R, a 2.4-liter inline 4 so tough, it practically redefined the word bulletproof. Built from 1981 to 1995, the 22R powered Toyota pickups that went just about anywhere and never came back on a tow truck. This thing was simple, stout, and unstoppable. With a 5-main bearing crankshaft, a timing chain that could outlast most belts twice over, and a cast-iron head that laughed in the face of abuse, the 22R was designed to go the distance and then keep going. We're talking about engines hitting 900,000 miles. And yes, there are documented cases of 22Rs crossing the 1 million mile mark. No rebuild, no drama, just oil, gas, and go. Torque wasn't massive, around 140 pound-feet, but it was available down low, making it perfect for crawling, climbing, or daily driving. And the best part? Maintenance was a breeze. No complicated electronics, no expensive sensors, just good old-fashioned mechanical reliability. Toyota originally built the 22R for global use, meaning it had to survive anything from desert heat in the Middle East to icy mountain roads in Canada. And it did, over and over again. When people say, they don't make them like they used to, the 22R is exactly what they're talking about. The Nissan Frontier and Xterra VQ40 DE 4.0-liter V6. When Nissan dropped the VQ40 DE 4.0-liter V6 in 2005, they didn't just make another engine, they unleashed a sleeper powerhouse. This thing was built to take a 300,000-mile road trip and make it feel like a weekend cruise. With 261 horsepower and 281 pound-feet of torque, it gave the Frontier and Xterra the muscle to tackle rocky trails, muddy back roads, and rush-hour traffic without breaking a sweat. What made it tough? Start with a high-strength aluminum block, add a forged steel crankshaft, and top it off with chain-driven dual overhead cams. That means no timing belt replacements, just one less headache. Its timing chain system was virtually maintenance-free, and the high-capacity cooling system kept it cool even when the engine was under serious load. Whether you were crawling over rocks or dodging potholes downtown, the VQ40DE took it like a champ. Here's a little-known fact. The VQ40DE is part of Nissan's award-winning VQ engine family, the same DNA found in performance cars like the 350Z and Maxima. So, yeah, that rugged truck engine? It shares roots with some serious street machines. Bottom line? The VQ40DE isn't just reliable, it's a refined brute hiding under the hood. Dodge Ram 5.9-liter Cummins 12-valve diesel. If you're talking about legendary diesel engines, the 5.9-liter 12-valve Cummins in the Dodge Ram is an absolute heavyweight. Built between 1989 and 1998, this beast wasn't just durable, it was a masterclass in mechanical simplicity and raw, unfiltered strength. Forget high-tech electronics and sensors. This engine kept it old school. With mechanical fuel injection, a gear-driven camshaft, and a 6-bolt cylinder head clamping system, it was easy to maintain, nearly impossible to kill, and built to run forever. The inline 6 configuration meant less vibration, smoother operation, and fewer parts to break down under stress. It cranked out 160 to 215 horsepower and up to 440 pound-feet of torque, depending on the year and model, more than enough for serious towing and hauling. Ford Super Duty 7.3-liter Power Stroke diesel. If there's ever been an engine worthy of the title legend, it's the Ford Super Duty 7.3-liter Power Stroke diesel, produced from 1994 to 2003. This wasn't just a solid engine, it was a straight-up beast. Built with a cast-iron block, forged steel crankshaft, cross-bolted main caps, and a turbocharged direct injection system, the 7.3 was designed to take punishment and keep pushing. Under the hood, it delivered 210 to 275 horsepower and up to 525 pound-feet of torque, depending on the year and application. But the numbers only tell part of the story. What really sets it apart? This engine could run over 1 million miles without a major rebuild. Why? Because it was overbuilt. It featured HEUI, hydraulic electronic unit injectors, for precise fuel control, a high-volume oil pump, air-to-air intercooler, and strong internal components that handled abuse like it was nothing. And here's a little-known fact. The engine's ECU, its electronic brain, wasn't even made by Ford. It was built by Navistar International, the same company that co-developed the engine. That collaboration brought unmatched stability and bulletproof reliability. Bottom line? The 7.3-liter Power Stroke wasn't just durable, it was damn near unkillable. It towed like a freight train, shrugged off extreme heat and cold, and ran like a trucker on black coffee, and no sleep. No brakes, no excuses, just raw, relentless power. Jeep Cherokee XJ AMC 4.0-liter inline 6. If there was ever an engine that embodied the spirit of simple but unstoppable, it's the AMC 4.0-liter inline 6 in the Jeep Cherokee XJ. From 1987 to 2001, this legendary straight six wasn't just a power plant, it was like that stubborn old friend who never quits on you, no matter how rough things get. With a cast iron block and head, a long 3.41-inch stroke, and a bore of 3.88 inches, the 4.0-liter made around 190 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque in its peak years. But numbers aside, this engine was all about reliability. Whether you were rock crawling in Moab, plowing through snow in Michigan, or just cruising the back roads, it kept going and going. Want the real kicker? These engines regularly racked up over 300,000 miles with basic maintenance. Mechanics loved its simple design, no nonsense, easy to work on. No turbo, no complex electronics, just old-school durability. The shocking truth? This engine wasn't actually a brand-new design. It was an evolution of the AMC 258 4.2-liter straight six from the 70s, modernized with high flow heads, hydraulic lifters, and electronic fuel injection. In other words, Jeep took old-school toughness and made it smarter. Toyota Tundra 2UZFE 4.7-liter V8. The last reliable truck on our list hides a shocking truth under the hood. Meet the first-generation Toyota Tundra, powered by the legendary 2UZFE 4.7-liter V8, an engine that looks humble on paper but delivers world-class durability where it counts. Built between 2000 and 2006, this engine is a masterclass in over-engineering. With a cast iron block, aluminum heads, DOHC 32 valve design, and multi-port fuel injection, it cranked out up to 282 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of torque. But numbers don't tell the full story. What made it special? Extra thick cylinder walls, a deep skirt block, a high-efficiency oil cooler, and an advanced cooling system gave it the stamina to handle heavy towing, scorching heat, and high-mile abuse without breaking a sweat. It wasn't rare for these engines to hit 500,000 miles and keep going strong. Now, here's the shocking truth. The 2UZFE wasn't just a pickup truck engine. It was originally developed from Toyota's Land Cruiser V8, designed for military use and brutal off-road environments. Toyota basically took an engine built for global combat duty and dropped it into your weekend hauler. And there you have it, the ultimate lineup of reliable trucks, with engines so tough, they make the Energizer Bunny look like it's running low on batteries. These aren't just machines, they're milestones in automotive engineering. From brutal towing jobs to cross-country hauls, they've earned their place as the longest-lasting trucks ever to hit the road. They didn't just raise the bar, they became the bar. Whether you're into classic workhorses or just want a ride that won't quit, these legends prove exactly why they deserve a spot on any list of the best trucks 2025. So the next time you see one of these beasts still rumbling down the highway, remember, it's more than just a truck. It's a rolling testament to bulletproof engineering, relentless reliability, and a whole lot of heart. If you enjoyed this ride through the toughest engines in truck history, show us some love, hit that like button, subscribe to the Muscle Car Masters channel, and share it with your fellow truck fans. Who knows? The next video might just feature a truck so tough, it makes these look like toys. Thanks for watching, and remember, legends may fade, but a reliable truck never quits.